Alright, haulers, hello and welcome back to Beaver Creek. So, it is a beautiful spring morning, almost lunchtime actually, already eaten. We have been busy today already. As you guys know, we had the auction within the last time I was speaking with you. And because of that, I quickly want to give you guys a tour of the new equipment. You probably already see a couple of pieces here. Actually, I guess you can only see really one piece. You will notice too, I have already put up some lights around the parking area for all the trailers. I would love at some point to get an actual garage to be able to store everything inside, so that one, I can easily maintain stuff, and two, we can make them last a little longer. I mean, we have plenty of space to put up a building like that and maintain it, especially through solar power or something like that, as we're already doing, so we could definitely do that. But you can see here already, I think, 3 new items that we've picked up at that auction. The first one you're going to see here on the right side is we have a new lowboy trailer. I was really hoping to find one of these that was in good shape. It's a little used, a little beat up, but overall, it's perfect for me. The owner originally bought it and then realized he needed something bigger. I don't need something huge. It's more than enough for me, but the nice thing about this one is it comes with expansion stuff. So if I really wanted to, I could go get a dolly for it or something like that and put that sort of thing on it. We aren't going to need that as far as I can tell, but it's perfect for hauling some of the heavier stuff, especially once we actually get proper roads put in and I can't just be driving stuff everywhere. The next thing is going to be our Travis end dump here. That's going to come in really handy for moving wood chips. I actually used it for moving snow earlier this winter, and I did that all on stream. I've been really busy streaming over at twitch.tv/LonghaulerGMG if you want to go see that. You guys don't get to see a lot of the behind the scenes of this, and there's a lot. I mean, hours and hours just for this one episode, so you can go see all that there if you want. I actually do have a second channel for archiving that stuff, which I will put in the end credits of this video. You know what? I'll throw it in the description too, why not? Last but not least for trailers, we have a new Arctic timber trailer. This one comes with 3 separate bunks. Technically, I got this one because I could use the last 2 bunks as one, should I decide to go with something longer. I'm kind of disappointed because I can't use the full length of it just due to the hump here for going over the back of the truck, but it means that we can get just that little bit more wood onto the last 2 bunks and get our money for it. So there is that. Very nice pieces. You can see the Arctic trailer is a little beat up and dirty. I've actually been very busy, like I said, with the streaming. You guys haven't seen it, but I was mentioning that we were going to be working on trying to plant crops this year, and we picked up some more land. We picked up the area that is behind me, as well as like kind of in between here and the house, and so we spent quite a bit of time clearing that. So today's task is we're actually going to go plow that. It is still too wet to actually plant anything and still too cold overnight, so we won't be planting today. I'm hoping to do that this episode, but that'll be another day for me. But yeah, like I said, it is just too cold and too damp right now to be able to do anything with, and I really need to, one, plow it up. We might have some stumps still left in there. I tried to clear it best I can, but with it being frozen and being winter, we might still have some left. So, because of that, we got another purchase. I picked us up a ripping plow, and the reason I picked this guy up is because a couple of reasons. One, it's been recently refurbished, so this was actually put together by the gentleman that was auctioning it off. He put all new teeth on it. I got a bunch of extra teeth plus the old ones, should I want to use those to hit some really gnarly stuff. Obviously, they're not, perfect for ripping up smoothly, but if I want to chip at something and not have to worry about breaking them, I've got those too. And he actually refurbished it with all the stickers and painted it John Deere green. So it actually matches our John Deere, which is perfect. And so I've got that already hooked up. I've been doing that this morning. We got that hooked up. I threw the slice weight on the front, so we should be good to go. And then we will take a peek in here. You will notice a massive difference. I actually went through the shed, and because of the new equipment, I reorganized all of our stuff. You would have seen this before with the racks being on the left side and not going the full length. What I decided to do is we're going to use this main shed for more of this main part of the shed for more of our larger equipment, and then we actually sold off all of our wood chips in the storage side because I'm actually going to be storing those at a different location and exporting them as we produce them now, rather than saving them up. We don't need to save them up, so I won't be doing so. And then with that, I took our racking, reorganized it. I actually picked up some more too, and you can see I've got the shovel in there in the corner. Been busy with that, shoveling snow. But I actually moved the racking into the corner, pushed it down further, added some new sections, And then took the rest of it over here. We do have extra still. You can see the trailers in there. Ta-da! We have a couple more new things. And the first thing is going to be the brand new JCB. Beautiful piece of equipment here. This is going to be coming in really, really handy. I told you guys I wanted to get this. We got the 435 Stage 5. And yeah, this thing is a beaut. Got it with some nice third-party equipment to go with it. The bucket, the claw, and I believe forks. Yep, we got forks for it. And I mean, the whole thing's been really well maintained. It's really clean. It's actually been upgraded with a couple of things. Got some nice beacons on it, that sort of thing. And it's all up to standards. Once I got all the equipment delivered, part of it I hauled, and then part of it I got delivered. I spent almost 3 days washing, going through every little bit of every piece of equipment and putting it away and reorganizing. So that was a lot of work, but it all came out really nice and clean. And then, you guys will know I was talking about getting a plow for winters. But I was talking about getting a plow that we could actually take the sanding body out if we should decide to use the dump truck itself. And guess what? We got it. I decided since I bought the bigger trailer that I didn't want a huge dump truck anymore, so I actually went with a smaller design. I don't remember. I want to say this is like I want to say 1 ton. I don't think that's correct. I'll have to check, but it came with all the plow stuff with it. It is obviously red because it was a used truck. It came from a DOT group. I believe it was like a town. So we got it from them. The nice thing about it is, should I decide to use the dump bed on it, we can actually take the sanding bed out. So that is awesome. And you will see some stuff peeking out around the other side here. One thing that we got was, we got a basket for the telehandler. The nice thing about this telehandler is I was able to get an attachment for it that allows me to operate the boom and wheels and stuff with a little remote. And it was expensive, but it means that I can now use this as kind of a bucket lift to be able to get up, trim trees around the property, like around buildings, or if I need to maintain anything, it is perfect for that. So that is awesome. And then over here, hiding in the corner, you can see next to the plow and stuff, I've put everything away. We have 2 brand new box blade plows. The first one here, they're both by the boss. The first one here is the wheel loader one, and then up there we actually got one for the skid steer. So it's kind of a little baby variant, which is awesome. These things are going to come in super helpful. I have actually used them already once. I didn't have an opportunity to use them again because thank God it stopped snowing. You guys, I think we left off in the last episode with it snowing, and it just kept going and going and going. It was so hard getting to stuff. I had to move so much snow. But these things made it a piece of cake. So that is awesome that we have those now. And then you can see here, peeking behind it, we have some road salt. We have 4 pallets of bags of road salt, which I picked up really, really cheap at auction. And that is because obviously winter was coming to an end and a lot of places had some excess. That stuff doesn't expire. You can use it whenever. You're not eating it, so it doesn't matter. And even the edible stuff doesn't really expire. So there you go. So we can save that and use that for all kinds of stuff, which is awesome. But obviously it is all bags, so it's not necessarily ideal for the sander, but it gets the job done and it was super cheap anyway. So I'm willing to put in the little bit of extra time it takes to load it all up there. And now with a basket for the telehandler, it'll be nice, quick, and easy too, which is awesome. You can see here too, I brought in all of our fuel barrels from outside. Not ideal to have it in the building, but hopefully once we go through it, we'll be okay. My goal for this summer is to put in an actual proper tank somewhere on this property so that we can use that to refill. And with that, that probably means I'll be getting some kind of bigger tank trailer, probably for the pickup. I don't think I'm going to get a trailer, like a big trailer, for at least quite a while. And then you can see here, I just went through and organized all of our equipment on that front. But yeah, that is basically everything. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut the doors. Actually, no, I'm going to let it air out. It is a beautiful day. If a bear decides it wants to make friends, then that might be a different story, but it is otherwise a gorgeous day out. Sun is out, everything's starting to melt. You can see here just how much snow we actually got, but other than that, been okay. So I guess the game plan now is we need to head over to the site and see about checking our new field that was already plowed. We're going to have to re-plow it. I'm actually going to be plowing that one with a different piece of equipment, I think. I don't think I'm going to be using the ripping plow. The ripping plow is purely for when we're making new fields out of certain areas. So we're going to take that over. I'm going to show you guys where we did all of our cutting and go from there. Now, like I said, my goal this year is I want to plant my first crops. I haven't done that yet on this area. I have grown stuff before, not very extensively, So I don't actually know how it's going to go. I'm not really sure what to plant either. I know this, I'm also going to be getting chickens here pretty quick, hopefully within the next week, potentially within this episode. So that will be very, very cool. I'm thinking about getting probably about 50. They're doing chick week or whatever. So I'll either go get some chicks, or actually, it's not, I don't think it's chick week. I think it's like chick month or something like that down at the store. But I might look at that, or either getting some full size. And you can see here already just the extensive difference that is this whole property. You can see here, I've already cleared some area with a bulldozer, which was loaned to us, which was fantastic. And then over here is the original field. And I'll give you guys kind of a bird's eye view with the drone here so you can get an idea for what the area looks like. And there you guys go. So there's kind of a bird's eye view. I did see a couple of stumps, it looks like. Doesn't look like a lot. We can just grab the skid steer, run it over here real quick should we need to. I'm not really concerned with this blade about hitting them. We just gotta try and keep an eye out. If we do see them, we'll try and go around them. And then we'll just come back through after we've removed the stumps so that hopefully we can kind of level it out. Because obviously when you remove a stump, it leaves a divot. So we will have to just be careful of that. But yeah, I'll show you guys before and after too. So you can kind of get an idea for just how much work happened. I mean, days and days and days of work. Like I said, you can see that all over on the archive channel from streams that I did, hopefully. I don't know how much of that content's going to make it over because of the fact that I like listening to the radio while I work, but we will see. And obviously, that's a copyright issue for those that aren't very well versed in that kind of a thing. No worries, it is what it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the drone up and have it follow us while we work. We're going to go ahead, we're going to hit the field, and we're going to start building a new one. As soon as we're done with that, we will take a look at what's next on the to-do list.
Keep it down, no, no sleep. I think I went and figured it out, and you're what you're about. Well, I know that you never run far, cause you don't even answer. Wanted it and not die. That one day you get some and you wake up with your problems solved. Yeah, I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. But I can only go to blow myself. Gonna feel and I fell in love. Guess I wanna really take it on. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. That's enough, babe. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. Whoa. I got my enemies in the dark. I can see that there be no sleep, no. But I try to leave. Rolled away, now I'm hiding in the evergreens. And then I went and figured it out, and I get a die. I've been a fool, now I'm down and out. But I can only go to blow myself. Gonna feel and I fell in love. Guess I wanna really take it on. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. That's enough, babe. Well, that's enough, babe. Hold me down just to try to keep me up, babe. Whoa.
All right, and there we have it. We are done. I must say I am glad I picked up the expensive drone because it does a damn good job of following the tractor. I will give it that much. But that is the whole field created, at least, in that sense, where we've gone through, we finally cleared it out. Some of those stumps gave me a little bit of trouble. I still have a little bit of cleaning work here and there to do as well. But other than that, this field is done, quote unquote. And the reason I say that is, and I will put a satellite image on the screen from maps. What I'd like to do, and it's, I'm actually going to come back here. I actually left a big chunk of this to do last. And the reason that I did that is because I was debating on whether I wanted to leave a fallover zone for the trees. And that's because, and I'll show this on the satellite imagery, I want to build a new roadway. As much as I like this little old dirt road that we've got coming back, I do own all of the property that we would need to, that we would be working on. I'm going to be looking at acquiring some more, and as much as I like having the little windy dirt road, I would like to expand it out to be a proper driveway type road and to enable me access to the other side of my equipment shed, because hopefully come this year, once we start actually doing stuff, I will be using that a lot to get equipment in and out of. And I'd like to be able to get through here by next winter in a fairly straight and easy way. I don't want to have to be winding back and forth trying to push snow, stuff like that. They gave me a lot of trouble, and it would offer me some more space for potential fields or things like that, potential field space to expand our crops should that be successful, and that sort of thing. So we will probably be looking at doing that this year during the summer. And the only reason we're going to do that during the summer is because I didn't have enough time during the winter. I was too busy cutting down all these trees. And like I said, that was days and days and days of work. But at the end of it, it was worth it. It's going to be awesome. The other project that I am looking at is, as much as I love this river, it is kind of a pain because we do only have that tiny little bridge. Don't get me wrong, I love this little, more of a brook right now, apparently. It's not really flowing very well, but it is what it is. But it's why I fell in love with this area. This is a beautiful area, and I love having access to this type of stuff. There's good fishing in the pond right behind the house, and that sort of stuff. But I would love to potentially add a bridge down here, like a homemade bridge of some sort. Not sure how I would do it. We do have boards and that stuff, obviously, at our disposal, really, from the sawmill. My current thought process is we could drive posts into the ground. We could even take logs, kind of like down right here, drive one into the ground on each side, use logs to go the length across, and then potentially use lumber from the sawmill as a topping board. I'd probably prefer to make it two of those wide. So I'd say, 2.5, 3 pallet lengths wide at the very least, just because of the width of all of our equipment, and it needs to be very, very sturdy, so it'll be thick boards and heavy-duty trees, if you can call them that. But that's something I would like to do as well. Obviously, we already have a ton of work to do up at the sawmill to prep it for new buildings that will be going up this summer, as well as new loading dock and things like that. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. We really, really do. But that's going to have to wait for just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and head back to the shop real quick and go from there. Alright, and we are back at the workshop. I am going to be cleaning this stuff off because I think we're done with it for today. At least the plow. I know we're for sure done with the plow because obviously we finished the field, so we don't really need it anymore. I am going to be looking at getting another one, a much larger one, probably a disc, was a disc harrow or something like that. Probably a John Deere at some point here pretty quick. We're also going to wash out the tracks. One downside to having tracks is if you get mud and stuff in there and it gets really caked up, it is a pain to clean, and sometimes they'll lock up on you. So just going to make sure everything's nice and clean, and that way we can also put stuff away. Go ahead and do that. I wish I could get a portable power washer that I could throw on the truck too. That would be awesome just to have at some point. Tractor is a little bit dirty. We could also clean that up real quick too, just to be safe, and get that sorted. Like I said in the beginning, I don't think we're going to be getting to seeding today. The problem is it's too cold still at night, so it will probably die. So it'll probably be in a couple of days that we'll actually get to it, and I don't think we're going to be getting to it this episode either, because that did take us quite a bit longer than I was expecting it to, and obviously I don't want to, make this episode super long. I do also want to use the footage of seeding, because I know a lot of people like to see that kind of stuff. Kind of on the to-do list now is we need to pick up lime and fertilizer. I haven't done any of that. And then the other thing too is I don't have any of the equipment for it. So we need to pick up some sort of, lime. I guess we need the raw materials of both lime and fertilizer. I'm not sure if I'm going to go liquid or solid. Potentially half and half. We'll see how much the equipment costs. Obviously, we're not rich. We can potentially wait a few days, make some big bucks over at the sawmill and do it that way, and then buy stuff. But yeah, we need stuff for fertilizer, stuff for that, lime. We've got our main plow here. I would like to get a larger, disc plow, something like that, for regular season plowing. As well as, we need a seeder, a proper seeder, because we don't have one. Potentially another tractor. I'd probably do everything just with the John Deere to save money for right now. I am glad that we did get this when we first got here, like we had this with us, because if we didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to do crops this year. I'd potentially be able to do some, but there's that. The other thing is I would like to do wheat because we can actually bale the straw and either sell it or store it and potentially use it to get pigs or something. So we'll have to kind of take a look at that. I need to figure out where I'm going to be putting the pigs, or I know chickens. I wanted to do chickens today. So we'll have to see about that. That's another thing. Chicken feed. I don't know what they eat. So depending on what they eat, we might grow crops that they eat so we don't have to buy chicken food. We also would need storage for all that stuff, but I don't think we're going to get a super high yield. So worst case scenario, we could store everything in a trailer. Not ideal at all. So we'll have to look at some kind of silo or something going in here, because I don't honestly know. So we'll have to potentially look at ordering some bins. So we have quite a list going here of stuff we need to do, but I don't know. I think we're going to have to wait for another day. Obviously, I don't have any of that stuff now, so I can't really do that right now. So what we'll do is we'll order that stuff, get ready, and probably in the next episode, what we'll do is we'll actually head down, pick up all the stuff for it, so whatever we need for the chickens. I'll probably get some feed ahead of time. Like I said, probably getting 50 chickens. I'll probably have them delivered, but I'll go get the feed myself since I'll be down there anyways. So that'll kind of handle that situation. So we'll get everything we need to set the chickens up, so the fencing or whatever, food bins, all that stuff, because they have those little plastic feeding trays that we need. They're not going to be chicks. I think I'm going to go with somewhat mature chickens from a local guy, just because that way we can start immediately getting eggs out of them, which will be really, really nice, because it means less trips to the store. We're just going to be eating a lot of eggs. But that'll be nice. Make a little bit of money off it from exports. Potentially we could sell them to people around down at the port and stuff like that too. We just have a lot of work to do. I need to go ahead, put everything away, kind of get a game plan together, and just want to say also a massive shout out to my Patreon subscribers. In this case, subscriber WX Squint at the Pavement Pounder tier, which is tier 3. Thank you for all of your support. It really does mean a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.